Previous classes we have discussed about how the wave behaves. First of all, the equation of simple harmonic motion. What is equation of simple harmonic motion? We all know that the equation of simple harmonic motion equals to, so देखो हम लोग क्या क्या पढ़ चुके हैं. Y equals to A sin ओमेगा टी, ये एक चीज पढ़े है. एंड y इक्वल्स टू a साइन ओमेगा टी प्लस फाई. तो इसको ना हम लोग प्लस माइनस फाई लिख देते हैं. फाई इज द फेज डिफरेंस. सो ये सब कहानी हम लोग पढ़ चुके हैं. और एक चीज पढ़े है कि वेलोसिटी इक्वल्स टू फ्रीक्वेंसी इनटू वेवलेंथ. दिस थिंग वी हैव लर्न. एंड नाउ द we are starting with superposition of waves. At a first part, there is the second part in class 12. So this phenomenon is known as interference and beats. Remember, this interference means superposition of waves. Means when one wave is falls or superposed on another wave. A typical wave is formed, the resultant wave which is formed in this process is called interference. Actually, in the process, बहुत ध्यान से सुनो, in this process, remember that energies of the two waves either combine with each other or they destroy the energy with each other. So either the energies of the two waves combines with each other or the energies will destroy each other. So before going into interference, let us assume what is interference. Interference है क्या? देखो, interference means this is a wave. It is carrying lot of energy with it. ध्यान से देखो, अगर समझ में नहीं आया तो पूछो. So let us assume this is wavelength. We all know this is wavelength. सो पूरा जो खेल है इंटरफियरेंस का वो वेवलेंथ से हिसाब से ही चलेगा. ओके, दिस वेवलेंथ. सो ये हाफ लिखेंगे वेवलेंथ बाय 2. सो लैम्डा बाय 2. सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड हियर टू हियर इट शुड बी लैम्डा बाय 4, क्वार्टर ऑफ द वेवलेंथ. ओके, एंड दिस इज द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ द वेव. वी ऑल नो दिस. सो superposition means when one wave falls on another wave. Okay, when one wave falls on another wave. See how it happens actually. So first of all, let us assume Hasnamat, this is another wave. Okay, so this wave is falling on this wave. So how they can fall? ध्यान से देखो. So एक wave दूसरे wave के ऊपर चढ़ गया. See, exactly matching with each other. So I am showing it one more time. See here, this is one wave and this is another wave. This waves just falls on this wave like this. Exactly. So this is called superposition of wave. Okay, superposition of wave means, remember, there are the energy carried by the two waves will be added. Okay, so large amount of energy will be produced. And just what will happen if that wave falls on it just opposite to this? Let us show this thing. Say another wave falls on that wave exactly like this. समझ में आ रहा है कुछ? दिखाई दे रहा है? सो दोनों एक ही तो वेव ही है. सेम एम्पलीट्यूड, सेम वेवलेंथ, सेम फ्रीक्वेंसी. सो वी कैन सी दैट there are two waves falls on one wave falls on another wave in different positions. One exactly on the primary wave and one on the secondary wave. Secondary wave means when just opposite to it. Now what is the difference? See, इन दोनों waves का difference क्या है देखो. और एक चीज बहुत ध्यान से देखो, हम ये wave को ना थोड़ा पीछे की, पहले आगे की तरफ लेते हैं. ध्यान से देखो क्या होते हैं। श्री ये वेव अगर हाफ वेवलेंथ आ गया, हम उतना अच्छा ड्राइंग नहीं बना पाते, सो इफ द वेव moves half wavelength, see here, what is this? This is not lambda by 2, this is lambda, okay? This is lambda, I'm sorry. So see here, so a second wave, if it, see how it goes actually. So first of all, when the two waves falls on each other like this is called in phase. Remember, okay? This is called, this type of thing is called in phase. In phase. What is the meaning of this? That means दोनों वेव के बीच फेज डिफरेंस 0 है. So this is in phase. Okay? Phase difference between the two waves is 0. Now see, when they are out of phase, we can show it like this. See here. These are the two waves which destroys each other. Okay? So this condition we will tell it. See, it is called out of phase. So this condition we can tell it as out of phase. Okay, it is called out of phase. Now, how much out of phase is this one? We can say it with the help of this. This is the key thing. This is called the phase angle. Remember, this is called the phase angle. Okay, this is called the phase angle. So how much these two have a difference in the phase? So देखो हम लोग दो वर्ड सीख लिया. वन इज इन फेज, अनदर इज आउट ऑफ फेज. सो इन फेज मीन्स एक दूसरे के ऊपर कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है, और एक है आउट ऑफ फेज जब डिफरेंस है. सो नाउ सी हाउ दिस थिंग वर्क्स एक्चुअली. नो, see, these two waves are out of phase. First of all, out of phase wave को लगाते हैं. देखो, now I am moving this out of phase condition little bit forward. See, after covering a distance of lambda by 2, so what is this distance? This distance is lambda by 2. So ये wave आगे की तरफ कितना आया? Lambda by 2. When the wave comes lambda by 2 forward, then again those two are in phase. So see, now देखो और आगे बढ़ा दिया. कितना बढ़ाया? हाफ द वेवलेंथ आगे बढ़ाया. फिर से देखो आउट ऑफ फेज हो गया. ओके, सो अल्टीमेट बढ़ कितना रहा है? लैम्डा बाई 2 करके, और एक बार लैम्डा बाई 2 बढ़ा दो, देखो इन फेज हो गया. ओके, so this is the condition of in phase. So we can say the waves, see here, these are the few key thing. यही समझ में नहीं आता बच्चों को. देखो, so when the waves propagate, waves superposed on each other, they can be in phase or out of phase. So out of phase or in phase by, now see very carefully from, ये तो हम बताए थे, this is 0, this is how much? Pi by 4, this is pi, this is 2 pi. So this is how much? Pi means 180 degree. So this is pi by 2, that is 90 degree. Okay, so this is 2 pi. like this, और so हम लोग दोनों को ही लेके चलेंगे, एंगल और वेवलेंथ. So out of phase by a distance of how much? lambda by 2. Okay? और हम लोग बोल सकते हैं ना कि 180 डिग्री. Okay? So when the waves superposed or superimposed on each other, they can be in phase or out of phase. So when they superposed on each other in phase, then there is a thing called, so in phase में क्या होते हैं ये याद रखो. In phase में what will happen? It is called constructive interference. Okay? And out of phase में होता है destructive interference. See, constructive means बनाना, destructive means तोड़ देना. So क्या बना रहा है? कुछ नहीं. वो जो the wave है, the light wave is increasing its power. That means the intensity of the light will increase. Now just a few moments, कुछ देर बाद ही हम लोग एक एक्सपेरिमेंट देखेंगे. What is this? हो क्या रहा है? कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, सिर्फ देखो. So देखो नया नया वर्ड सीख रहे हैं, कंस्ट्रक्टिव एंड डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफियरेंस. सो इंटरफियरेंस है क्या? ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव टू नो व्हाट इज इंटरफियरेंस. So interference is a pattern. It is a pattern. Pattern means when there are two types of sources, monochromatic source of light, polychromatic source of light. Monochromatic source means the light which emits a single type of waves, single light source. And polychromatic means combination of all colors. When monochromatic light is allowed to pass through a narrow slit. Slit means थोड़ा सा खाली जगह. Now see, to observe interference pattern. To observe interference pattern, we have to use Young's double slit experiment. Okay, so welcome to class 12. पिछले दिन बता दिए थे, मजाक में आ गया 12 में. So we are there in class 12. So Young's double slit experiment. So when monochromatic source of light allowed to pass through a narrow slit, then a typical pattern is obtained on the screen. वो पैटर्न कैसा होता है देखो. So interference pattern on the screen is like this. This is the screen. I am assuming this is the screen, and the patterns obtained are like this. These are the interference pattern. So white and dark bands are obtained on the screen, and the white band means where the intensity of light is more, say in phase, and dark bands are obtained where intensity of light is less, means एक दूसरे को डिस्ट्रॉय कर जब देते हैं. कब डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हैं तो हम देखा है, बहुत मेहनत किए इसके पीछे. So when this type of experiment, when coherent source of light, okay. So now one more thing. So this pattern is called interference pattern. Remember, interference pattern. This pattern is called interference pattern. Means ऐसे तो यूं ही तो नहीं होते, तो इसके लिए कुछ काम करना पड़ेगा. तो थोड़ा सा एक एक्सपेरिमेंट देखते हैं. वो एक्सपेरिमेंट का नाम क्या है? यंग्स डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट. ओके, सो द एक्सपेरिमेंटल सेटअप इज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक दिस. सो जस्ट वेट, आई विल शो यू the setup for the experiment. दिस इज द सेटअप फॉर यंग्स डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट. ध्यान से देखो, ऊपर वाला डायग्राम देखो ध्यान से. ओके, इट कैन बी सीन. वेरी गुड. सो see here, this is a source of light. So I'll be telling it as coherent source of light. Remember, this is called coherent source. This is coherent source. What is coherent source? I'll tell it later. Wait. So remember, the coherent source of light are those type of light which remains in phase or out of phase for a longer duration of time, and which emits the light waves having same wavelength, same frequency, that remains for a longer duration of time, and they maintain the phase difference for a longer duration of time. Okay, so this is a light bulb or anything you can take, allowed to pass through a very narrow path, narrow slit. So some amount of light rays will be going like this and falls on this. So from here there are another two very narrow slits, very thin narrow slit. Okay, this is one slit, this is the source. So small single slit, इसीलिए इसका नाम है देखो डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट. ओके, so this singles, the allowed light energy which comes out from this single slit is allowed to fall in this one, that is a double slit. Okay, at a distance, see, this is very important, at a distance small d, the split distance is small d. So from this, see here, I have told you in the last class, this is called source. So from here, primary wavelet. From here, they generate secondary wavelet. Secondary wavelet generate होता रहा. और ये स्क्रीन में क्या बनेंगे देखो, एक व्हाइट लाइट, एक ब्राइट लाइट, एक व्हाइट, एक ब्राइट, लाइक दिस. दिस इज कॉल्ड द इंटरफियरेंस पैटर्न. रिमेंबर, दिस इज कॉल्ड द इंटरफियरेंस pattern. Remember this one, okay? And the white band which are obtained on the screen are called white or bright fringes. Bright fringes. Okay? And the dark spot which are obtained on that screen are called dark fringes. Dark fringes. Okay, so the distance between these two fringe is known as fringe width. So these are very important terms for you. So distance between these two two black spot or black line, or distance between the two wide band is called fringe width. Remember, this is called fringe width. So I can write the distance between the two, remember. So I can write it like this. The distance between two consecutive dark or bright fringes are called fringe width. And remember, fringe width is denoted by beta. Always. Fringe width is always denoted by beta. So width of the fringe is called fringe width. Bas, kahani khatam. So this is called the Young's experimental setup of Young's double slit experiment. So you don't have to draw this in your diagram. Remember, this is, I have drawn it only for you. Okay. So now देखते हैं how कहानी बढ़ते हैं, यहाँ से वेव निकलते हैं, कैसे ये white, how these white and dark bright fringes are obtained on the screen. Okay, let's see. with the help of waves. So see here everyone. Okay. Chalo. So this is the source. Wait. So I'm taking my pen. Yes. So I am assuming this is the source. And the source emitting light of wavelength lambda. So छोटा करके बना दिया वेव. ओके छोटा हो या बड़ा हो, एनर्जी उसके अंदर जो है वही मेन है. So these are plane wave front. In the last class I have told you these are plane wave front. They are allowed to pass through this slit, this small slit. They allowed to pass through. So these types of waves will be formed. Okay? So सीधा देखो हम लोग यहाँ तक आए. Source a single slit. Source a single slit. So this slit transforms these plane waves into spherical waves like this. Okay. So these are primary wave front. These are secondary wave front. So these secondary wave front, and here there are another two narrow slits. See, I have written S1 and S2. So where is S1 and S2? S1 and S2. Okay. So यहाँ से जो वेव निकल के आया था इसके अंदर गिरा, इससे नया नया वेव निकल के यहाँ पे गिरेगा. So देखो कैसे निकालते हैं वो वेव. So from these two slits, again see these cylindrical waves, spherical waves are started forming, and these from this I have done it with the help of red color. So लाल बनाया देखो. So this is another wave, spherical wave front from starting from S2. So distance between S1 and S2 is how much? D. So this is small d. So याद रखियो. So this is small d. Okay. सिर्फ इस दोनों को रिलेट करना है, बाकी सब तो बहुत आसान है, कुछ नहीं है. So mainly स्क्रीन में कहा गया ऐसे कुछ बनता. How they can be formed? These are the kahanis. Okay. These are the explanations. Okay. So after this, see here, these two waves will interfere with each other. That means exactly how the waves are generated if the two disturbance can be created in a water or anywhere. Okay, दो पानी के अंदर दो जगह में ऐसे ऐसे करते रहो, देखना ऐसे ऐसे waves जाके एक दूसरे के ऊपर गिरते हैं. So these are the same situation where those two waves, spherical waves produced from S1 and S2, superimposed on each other. Superimposed on each other. So सुपरइम्पोजिंग कैसे हो सकता है हम तो बता ही दिए थे, तुम लोग बहुत होशियार हो. सुपरइम्पोज दो तरह की हो सकता है. See here, superimposing can be done by two ways, like in phase and out of phase. बहुत कुछ सिखा दिया. चलो इन फेज बताते हैं. सो चलो आ जाओ. सो these two waves falls on each other in phase. Okay. And these two waves falls on each other out of phase. See, out of phase. Now see here, these two are the, this is the diagram. Wait, this is the diagram for the wave diagram. This is the wave diagram. See where those 2 points are meeting. This. उतना अच्छा तो बना नहीं पाते. ऐसे हाथ से बनाया इसलिए ऐसे हो गया. चलो छोड़ो, मजाक छोड़ो, बनाना थोड़ी है तुम लोगों को, एग्जाम में कुछ नहीं करना है, सिर्फ देखो समझ. इंटरफियरेंस किसी को समझ में नहीं आता. So these are the point you can see where the two waves see. Now one thing I must tell you. See here. So when the two waves interfere with each other, there are some point where see here. So where here the energy of the wave is maximum, here the energy of the wave is zero, here the energy is maximum, here the energy is zero. So when they mix with each other, देखो lambda by 2 आगे आया. So ये पूरा जगह में सब maximum amount. This is called envelope of waves. Envelope of wave. So here the amount of energy stored will be maximum. Here it is minimum. Here the energy is maximum. Here the energy is minimum. So और एक बार repeat कर रहे. जब वेव ऐसे रहा तो this here the energy is maximum and this here the energy is minimum. So energy is maximum means, can you tell me which two words should I choose? This one or this one? Tell me, constructive or destructive? Definitely when the phase, here these are the destructive interference and here they are the constructive interference. Hope you have understood this one. बहुत आसान सा चीज है, एक बार देख लो. So you can see here in this, first of all, see here I have drawn a bright fringe. This is the screen, okay? This is the screen. I am drawing this screen here. This is the screen, okay? And the distance between the double slit and the screen is how much? D. ये छोटा हो गया, ऐसे होना चाहिए था, इसीलिए ड्राइंग सीखना चाहिए जब छोटे थे. So देखो, where here from double slit to the distance of the screen is capital D. Okay, so remember this is called the experimental arrangement of Young's double slit experiment, and the thing which is obtained on the screen is called interference pattern. This is called interference pattern. The white spots are called white fringes and the bright fringes, and dark spots are called dark fringes. The distance between the two fringes are called fringe width, okay, and it is denoted by beta. Okay, so